the way that you're describing these
Oh my
people fits
goodness.
every
Oh,
single
Lord.
every single person. And I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong, but at the same time, what I am saying is that you don't know everybody's situation. You don't know what everybody's going through. I personally don't know why you guys are so concerned about these quote unquote candy asses slash pigeons slash all of this stuff so much.
Well,
But
that's what they are.
You know why
I
we're
mean,
worried. You
okay,
know why?
sure, but
You
I
know
don't
why we're
like,
worried about.
You know
You know
in
what?
my
why we're.
opinion.
Yeah, excuses.
You know why
You
we're
know
worried
what?
about them.
No,
You know
but
why
No,
we're
I'm,
no,
I'm
worried
just
about
no,
them.
saying.
no.
Let the guy talk. Let the guy talk for a minute.
These
Hang on.
drivers, that's all they know how to do is bring up excuses. Well, I'm not making this money. They want somebody to hold their hand and guide them every step of the way instead of stepping up and taking personal responsibility. And I'll tell you one thing right now. A lot of people in this country that are in a financial pickle, they're in a financial pickle because of the decisions they've made. They blow their money in stupid shit. They go buy us. They go
That ain't
they
wrong.
go to a strip club. And you know what? I'm tired of it, man.
But
So
that's the problem. But
you drivers, a lot of drivers, I'll be happy they would just leave. And you know
Yeah.
what? I don't feel sorry for you when you take a $9 order going 25 miles. You don't
Me
have to
neither.
take it. And you take it, that makes you a dumbass.
Okay,
An
but that
absolute
should
dumbass.
that
and
shouldn't
that
even
and that
be a thing.
and that
There,
and that's
we
the, that's why we concern ourselves with these people, because in the long run, all these people are going to be the ones costing us money in the future. So
there
that's why
should
we worry about it. And as far as I don't know other people's situations, I don't know other people's markets. I don't have to know that. They are the ones that need to know that. And
there
Or your
should
they
not
need to
market.
even be
they need to
Yeah.
understand if they can't figure out their market or their market isn't good for them, move the fuck on instead of coming on chats, going outside with your sign at the airport,
Go
bitching
somewhere
and
else and
complaining.
adapt.
Move the fuck
so
Amen.
on.
so they can't
Move on.
protest. Is that what y'all saying? They
No,
they
you
can't
can
protest.
protest all
Well,
you want. You
nobody
can
said that.
protest all you want. Why don't you protest yourself? Quit being a lazy ass. Quit asking
Yeah.
everything
Why
to be given to
And
you.
there's
why
a lot
is
of drivers. There's a
okay?
lot
But
of
here's the
drivers I
point.
saw doing the protests that were on the news, and they were saying, "Well, I work 10 hours a day, and I'm only making $100." That shit's crazy because
You're doing it wrong,
bro,
man.
how many times have you seen me
Yeah,
quit
that
after an
right.
hour and a half saying ain't no money out here? If you out there for 10 hours and you saying, "Oh, I only made $100 a day," you're doing it wrong. You're
But
fucking
that's
Okay,
up.
due
but
to
here's the
life.
point. There
That's due
should not even be a $9 order going 25 miles. That makes no sense.
Well,
Why
why
is
do
the
you
system
think that we
even
have those
why is the
orders?
system
Because
even
these
offering that?
Let me show
because
you
these
something.
drivers take the
That's the
orders.
point. Why is the system even
Let me show
offering
you
that?
something.
Nobody
Look at my app.
that's not
Let
a
me show you something.
legitimate that's not even a legitimate
Look at my
offering.
rides. Let me show you something. I've done 14 rides. Let me show you something.
Like, why don't y'all realize that's the point?
Kevin,
There
my
should not
dog,
even be
man. Kevin, my
a
fucking
$9
dog.
offer
But,
going
but, but,
25
Hey,
miles.
you know what? When drivers, yeah, you know what? If your
Oh my
drivers
god.
would just stop into the
Kevin, my dog. I
garbage,
love Kevin, man. I
then
love
you
Kevin.
might stop saying garbage. Why do you think we have Top Dasher? Why do you think we have the Diamond program? Because
True.
so many drivers are suckers, and these CEOs they
That's
take
it.
full
That's
advantage
it.
of that. They take
but
full advantage of that.
Exploitation.
They go,
Well,
hey,
Exploitation. You're
we
right.
yes, that is
we got a bunch of
exploitation, right?
suckers that's gonna take the garbage.
exactly, and that's why what he said was exactly right. You have $9 for 25 miles because some jerk off is going to take it because they have put
Mhm.
themselves in a financial situation that they got to take all the garbage just to pay their bills because they aren't financially responsible. They live outside their means. They want to be the baller when they ain't balling dick.
Yeah.
So that's why you have these orders is because people are willing to take it because they put themselves in such a poor financial situation. They have no choice at that point. And that's the biggest thing I see in any gig work. These people they'll run themselves into the fucking toilet instead of
Mhm.
realizing this ain't for me. Let me move
Yeah.
on
And
to
then they
something
cry.
more. But they'll run into the toilet, end
Please.
up, end up homeless, whatever the case may be, just because
Kev's
they don't
wild.
want to sit there or they got that mentality, I can't follow a boss. Bitch, the customer is your boss, DoorDash is your boss. You got bosses already. So that is the lamest fucking excuse I hear all day long. I don't want to have to deal with the boss. You deal with 3 or 4 bosses every day. The customer, DoorDash, your wife, your kids. Everybody's your boss.
There you go. There you go.
So quit running. These people need to realize, hey, if it's not working for me, move the fuck on. But instead, we got people doing these protests, trying to help these little babies, pat the little babies on the back. Here, let me get that pacifier. That'll make you happy until the next round. Then you run yourself into the ground and you can't do it again. So
if we flip the script around a little bit, so say if we did move across to drivers could add their own bits on, their own rates, their own, like follow a proper contracting model through on it, we would all get beaten by people willing to take it cheaper. There's always going to be someone who does it 1 cent cheaper.
That's a good point.
To get the job. They'll scrap the jobs, and we're in the same spot again. So it comes down to do we need legislation then to stop that from happening? Because it'll be a race to the bottom if it's not from the companies racing to bottom with algorithms. It'll be a race to the bottom from drivers willing to do it cheaper.
Yeah, and that's where we got right now. That's where we are, a very saturated market with a lot of people willing to take shit for cheap, and it's pricing out the people who hold their worth up. So you got a whole bunch, just like Roy said, you got a bunch of people at the bottom who don't want to bust their ass to get up to the top, and they're drowning out the market and the economy. And I think that's why we protest, because we're running to the apps going, hey, you guys are exploiting these people at the bottom, running us out of the market because we're a little higher paid, we feel, and it's pushing us to go do cash rides. So we're saying, if we start doing business this way, give us that leverage. Let us have our own commercial insurance. Because right now my man Jamil is getting charged twice. He has his own commercial, plus he has all of his stuff that he's doing at the airport and stuff like that. He pays for his own airport shit and everything. So Roy's right for a lot of what he's saying. You're always going to have people at the bottom not wanting to put forth any investment, any time, any fucking effort. It's always going to be like that. There is no change in them people. So we got to figure out how to get them people out.
Yeah, it's the same with DoorDash.
No, we don't have to dig those people out.
And it's the same.
I don't have to dig them out. I tell you what, I would let you and everybody else go dig them out, but I'm not digging them out.
Because I work at a W-2 that deals with DoorDash, and I've seen DoorDash drivers that come in picking up pizzas. They don't even have a fucking pizza bag, and they can get free.
I see that shit all the time here, dude.
So that's the mentality we deal with. These are the people we're sticking up for. They're trying to stick a pizza in their little fresh DoorDash bag that DoorDash just gave them. Instead of, it's ridiculous.
Or not put in a bag at all.
Yeah, it's some crybaby shit, and I hate the crybaby shit. And you guys know me. I'm way against the crybaby bullshit and the fucking.
I don't give a fuck about a pizza bag or a fucking carry bag. Okay, like
pizza bag.
If you want to carry that shit, then cool. But like and maybe that's how y'all got to run in your market. In this market that I work in, most people don't even give a fuck. Most people got way too much shit. They're letting that shit sit at the door, and then they get to it when they can. They're not even checking for a fucking bag. But the point is, if you don't want to dig these people out, if you don't want to look out for people at the bottom, then don't.
You can't. You ain't even looking out for your fucking. Wait a minute, bro. You ain't even looking out for your fucking self to do your job properly. What do you mean? Don't worry about a pizza bag. How the fuck are you delivering pizzas without a pizza bag?
I got like 4 pizza bags.
I didn't say I don't. I said I don't give a fuck about it.
You ain't even willing to help yourself.
I don't give a fuck about a pizza bag. I don't give a fuck about.
You don't take your job serious. You don't even take the job.
I don't give a fuck about a bag. I didn't say I don't, but it means
a DoorDash
no difference
rule
to me if my driver comes at me with a bag or not. Okay,
little things.
But it's a DoorDash rule, though. It's not a customer rule. It's a DoorDash rule, and it's about keeping the pizza like out of the elements and keeping it warm versus it just showing up cold and shit. Like, I mean, that's what it's made for. It's like an insulator. Right, and I understand why they do it, because if I ordered a pizza and I paid fucking $32 for it, I want that shit as close to fresh as I can keep it. That's all.
DoorDash does not care. A lot of these food orders be sitting on the shelves getting cold. These folks do not care. They will literally pick
Throw a tip on it. Throw a tip on it. Shit.
They will literally pick somebody. Picked up. These companies will literally pick somebody from 5 miles away to go to a restaurant when it's people that's closer, when it's restaurants that's closer, to take an order 20 miles away. Like, these folks don't give a fuck about.
Man, when you value a delivery driver, like me, when I'm covered in transmission,
because we got a bunch of bird brains. That's why. Because these companies know that they got a bunch of bird brains that will go ahead and be more than happy to go ahead and do it. Well, you know what? I let them do it. I want them to do it. Because you know what? I'll take that $10 order going 2 miles. Thank you very much.
And I tell everybody, if you're using food services, don't look at the delivery of it being what you're paying for. You're paying for you not having to go in the house, clean yourself up, put on different clothes, get in your car, drive down, pick it up, come back. That's what I look at. So when I drop a $15, $20 tip, that's saving me time for having to get out of these oily ass clothes just to go do all this shit myself. So it's like, don't look at the delivery. Just erase that. Look at the value of who you are and how you value your own time. And that's how you apply money on a tip. So you know what? I think it's worth probably about $15, $20 for me not to do all this shit. Throw 15, 20 on it. Call it good. You're going to lose it one day anyways.
Safer. And Hoodie, look at it this way. You say these people out here don't give a shit about a bag. Why should we give a shit about them? They don't give a shit about their own job. They don't give a shit about the customers that they're potentially helping, like Jeff says, delivering them food and shit. So why the hell should we look out for them? If they're not looking out to make themselves look good as a customer service rep or whatever the case may be, why the hell are we worried about them? Why should we?
Okay, so